I'm being told this is Limo Emo.
All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome into another episode of the Full Send Half Mast Podcast, episode 147. Tonight is a recap of the NASCAR Championship Phoenix weekend. Boy, do we have a lot to talk about as the destruction of the internet has become upon us. All of the year, 2, 3 years that we've been on the internet, all the talking points we've brought up, all of the absolute amazing takes that we've had that have been absolutely frowned upon and put aside and been laughed at, ridiculed for. Well, all of that stuff is now becoming a reality. The people, the sheep of the NASCAR community are waking up. They are no longer following in the footsteps of all of the talking heads in the NASCAR media and all of the talking heads of the NASCAR uh, ownership and rules team and presidents and competition directors and all of the other BS that they've been gaslit and fed to believe for all these years is now crumbling down. And these people don't know how to deal with it and how to overcome this difficult situation in their little pea brain minds. We're going to talk about that tonight. Also, we're going to preview this weekend's F1 race. The F1 season's still rolling. NASCAR may be over, but it's still rolling along as the Max Verstappen Comeback Tour Championship fight is still live. McLaren's still battling it out. We'll preview this race this weekend at Sao Paulo as we got to get our rain dances on so Max Verstappen can make this happen. Also, this weekend is the final race of the World Endurance Championship, the final sports car race of the season before we roll into Daytona, which is not that far away, actually. A couple months away before we get back into some more sports car racing, but this is the finale to the 2025 World Endurance Championship. I'll give you my picks and predictions going into that. Look at the championship points and who's to watch this weekend going into the 8 hours of Bahrain. And then also every week we have our driver of the week, bonehead of the week segment. It's got some great options for you guys to pick. Some real losers and idiots on the bonehead of the week segment, as well as some real winners, I guess you could say, from this weekend's NASCAR Championship format and everything that we saw play out this weekend at Phoenix. No NASCAR fantasy this weekend as it is over. We do plan on having another, like we did with IndyCar a couple weeks ago. We're gonna have a full NASCAR driver grade segment podcast here in the next few weeks, where we can recap and recap everybody's season expectations going in, how we felt like they did this year. We'll go over some of their stats, and we'll have a good fun time with that here in a couple weeks when Tom gets back and is available for that podcast. Also tonight, we do have some news that we're going to go over, but I feel like I kind of want to save the news for after the race recaps of this weekend, because there's a lot of talking points I have to go over tonight, a lot of things that I might need to pat myself on the back for, pat Tom on the back for, because we absolutely nailed a lot of these talking points as the absolute NASCAR world is coming to an absolute freaking downfall, landslide, colossal collapse. It's absolutely hilarious. I we'll get into it. We'll get into it. I think first off, though, I think we should start with the NASCAR Truck Series Championship. Let's talk about the season that Corey Heim had, because that's what's most important here, right? Corey Heim had the most dominant Truck Series season of all time. He had more wins than anybody else in the history of NASCAR Truck Series. Had the points lead by an insurmountable amount, like basically a 2-3-4 race advantage in the points. I mean, one of the most historic single seasons you'll ever see in any type of racing series. This was at Max Verstappen 2023-esque. This was absolute pure dominance to every extent. Won at every type of track, road courses, short tracks, intermediates, super speedways. He won everywhere. He won everything, did everything. And there's early in the season, if you guys remember, Corey Heim had about 5-6 races he probably should have won that they found every way in the world to lose. And they got rid of those woes later in the season, and they just kept finding ways to win and win and win and win. Well, this championship race was no different. Dominated this race, basically. Didn't lead the whole thing, but dominated this race for the most part. Gets to the end of the race, and what do we get with NASCAR's manufacturing of races? They end up having a late race caution. It was inevitable. It was going to happen. And I said it right, and we'll talk about this more with the Dickie Denny Hamlin fucker later too, but Corey Heim's crew chief decides to put 4 tires on that race car at the end of that race. Me and Tom have been on this channel for the last 3 years, pointing out every time these freaking dumb teams decide to put on 4 tires on a late race restart with a green white checker like that, and how many times those drivers have lost. How many times have you seen the 4 tires on a green white checker win? Rarely. Very rarely do you ever see that scenario work out. So they put on 4 tires. So I was already disappointed because now Heim, the best driver all season, statistically the best driver all season, statistically the best driver of all time in the Truck Series, but single season of all time, is going to lose this championship off a green white checker in one race where that determines our champion. Couldn't believe it. Thank God that the racing gods, on all accounts of all racing gods themselves, put the absolute will of God into this driver, the absolute most insane restart I've ever seen. We're 7 wide at Phoenix. He's against the inside wall through the tri-oval into turn 1, which used to be turns 3 and 4, but whatever. This is NASCAR Phoenix reconfiguration. Ends up getting basically side by side with Majeski down the backstretch before we even got the white flag. And wins the championship. Absolutely unbelievable. Unbelievable performance by Corey Heim. The most deserving champion probably in Truck Series history. I mean, this would have been an asterisk. which we'll get to with Zillage here in a second. And the fact is, we're running this format, right? This absolute destructive, non-essential format. Playing in, we've been saying this. We've coined NASCAR E, NASCAR E. You know, NASCAR Entertainment. It's not a racing series anymore. It hasn't been a racing series in over a decade, and it just continues to get worse and worse. Every racing series on planet Earth doesn't have an overtime. And the reason we even call it overtime, we're not racing at time. This isn't World Endurance Championship. It's not overtime. This isn't IMSA where we race on time. This is laps like we run in IndyCar in Formula One. So why are we having overtime? It should be overlaps, overdrive. But why do we even have that to begin with? Number 2, stage cautions. We're not NHL. We don't need to split it into 3 periods and have halftime breaks. We're racing here. A caution is a break, not a manufactured caution for a manufactured break. A lot of casuals don't understand it. I made this playoff format video, I don't know, maybe 2 years ago. It's on the channel still. It's got a lot of views. I get comments on that video almost on a daily basis that I read through. And people in there, a lot of diehards, casuals, people that just found the sport, new fans, all range of different people have found this video and have watched it. And the best comment I think I saw was, you know the system's fraudulent when you have to make an entire 12-minute video trying to break down the system for someone to understand. And even when I rewatch it, there's a lot of mistakes I made in that video. There was of certain things like I calculated the points wrong because I forgot that, at the Daytona Duels, we have an extra 2 stages there that are counting as points. I didn't consider the fact that, we have stage cautions at the final race, so you can't count those points. Like, there's a lot of little intricacies and mistakes. It's so hard to understand. It's so confusing in general, this whole playoff format. Number 2, why do we reset points? Resetting the points absolutely kills everything. I mean, we have a full reset, and then they add your playoff points back in. But why do we even do that? There's no absolute reason to do that. No, zero. We're going to just erase all of the goodwill and success that you had all season long, reset them, and then now you could run 20 regular season races in the trucks or the Xfinity Cup, whatever. You run 20-something races flawlessly. Say you finish top 5 in all of them, maybe you win a couple of them. And then you get to the playoffs, the first race of the playoffs, you end up having an engine issue out of your control, and then you're eliminated in round 1. Make that make sense. And theoretically, living in a system, too, that was flawed from the beginning. Theoretically, you could win 35 races, get to the final race, and lose. And you aren't the champion. Why even keep points? What's the point of keeping points if that's the case? You know what I mean? Like, what's the point? Is there even a reason to keep points at that point? Because obviously it doesn't matter. If winning matters so much, then why keep points? Why not just count wins? Oh, this guy's won 3 times. This guy's won 0. So this guy's out. This guy's in because he won 3. Like, what's the point of points? At the end of the day, if theoretically you could win 35 races and lose the championship in 1 race. Theoretically, what make that make sense in my brain? Because it doesn't make any sense. It's been flawed since the very beginning. This whole playoff system is completely fraudulent and fraud. It's been fraudulent and fraud. We've said it from the beginning. We've said it. We have never changed any opinion of this entire playoff format on our YouTube channel from the very beginning. Absolutely fraudulent. Corey Heim, through the luck of God, grace of God, the willingness of the racing gods, whatever you want to say, allowed him the ability and the positioning on track and everything else in front of him to line up for him to win this race. Because let's say he didn't get through the field and get by Majeski on that green checker, and Majeski takes the white, and then the caution comes out as he's leading over Corey Heim, and Corey Heim loses the championship that way. He loses it because a caution comes out, but then loses it because a caution comes out. It's fake. It's fucking fake. Absolutely fake. There's a reason why viewership has dropped. You've alienated all of the core fan base. We've said that forever. And the new fans can't keep up with it. So they watch for a few races and leave. And then the casuals, they're only here for a certain amount of time, and then they're dipping out to go do something else. They'll come around every once in a while, and then they're gone. Come back for a little bit, leave. That's what a casual does. New fans can't understand it, so how are they going to get it? And then you've built this whole thing. That's the problem with the playoff system, is it's going to be almost impossible to climb yourself out of this situation because you've spent however long the playoff system has been in place, for 10, 12 years, plus even 10 years before that. So you've cultivated an entire quarter generation of fans in this whole system, right, of playoffs. Now, to go away from that, you're basically going to alienate an entire quarter generation of fans that have been brainwashed and fed into believing this. And then even then, any fans that have joined in within the last 20 years, you've brainwashed them into believing. So like say somebody just watched NASCAR this year for the first time. This is all they know now. And you've got them to buy into this, whatever this is. So now you expect to change everything and them to come back next year and have to try to relearn everything? No, they're checking out. They're going to go watch something else or go back to what they used to watch. Maybe this was just a little trend, a little fling, you know, they wanted to try NASCAR out and now they've spent all this time and effort to learn this. And now they got to relearn something new next year. You're not going to fix this. This is going to drive viewership completely gone. It's gone. It's done. I mean, you've killed your sport. You've absolutely killed it. And we have a lawsuit coming. Who knows how that's going to play out? Even the NASCAR people are spinning their wheels right now, and they're in absolute disarray, just chaos in the NASCAR headquarters because they don't know what the hell they're going to do or what's going to happen next. There's just so much fundamental stuff that's wrong right now in NASCAR. It's coming to the end. And let's be honest. I wasn't looking forward to the Cup race. We talked about it last week on the podcast. If you were tuned in like you are supposed to, you would have heard that. Really, I was only focusing on the Xfinity race. I did kind of care a little bit about the truck race. I did kind of want to watch that just because I needed to see Heim and Zillage both clinch their titles. Talk about Xfinity here in a moment, so I can get on my soapbox and start raging for a little bit. But the Cup race I didn't care about. Well, I mean, we'll get into it. I didn't really care about the Cup race. Didn't care. Had it in the background. Didn't watch it. Tuned in for the last 50-something. We'll get into that in a minute. But it's like I can't watch the sport no more. It really, there's so many things that have been boiling up for the last 4 years. And it was last year, I think, was the breaking the straw, breaking the camel's back, or however that saying goes, with the whole Christopher Bell situation at Martinsville. Disqualifying him for wall riding when we have other manufacturers in the way, blocking for other people, playing all these manipulation games that all this shit should never have happened. It would have been decided, it would have been fine. But yet, get into this year, you start watching a little bit. I thought the Daytona 500 was a great race. Sucked me back in. I think me and Tom were kind of in the minority there. Most people hated that race. I thought it was a good fucking race, but I digress. And then when Atlanta comes around, I lost complete interest again. Everybody thought that was an amazing fucking race, and me and Tom were over here like that was a shit fucking race. It's like we can't agree with anybody. Everybody calls us idiots and all of us about all this, all of our takes and everything that we like about NASCAR. Everybody else hates about. It's like. It got to a point where it was just almost unbearable to watch the sport of NASCAR. And it's now kind of funny that everybody's regurgitating everything that we have said over the last 3 years. I saw a clip on X. It was Kevin Harvick talking about the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series next year. And he's like, we should just call it the Grand National Series. Well, no shit. Me and Tom said that like 3 fucking years ago. I feel like I know nobody watches and nobody gives a shit about this channel, but damn, bro, they should be watching. We're so far ahead of the curve. It makes my fucking head spin. It's crazy how far ahead we are of the curve of all of these talking heads and people in the industry and all these other content creators that just copy the same shit everybody else says. We're original. We say our own piece. And 90% of the time, it comes back around and people start copying us. And there's so many examples. I've made montages on the YouTube channel about all of the stuff that they've copied us on over the last 3 years that we've been doing this. It's getting ridiculous. So, share this around. Tell your friends. Put Dega Boys up first on your list because we have been on this stuff for years. All right. Now I get that little rant out of the way. Let's move on to the Xfinity Series race. I don't really want to talk about the race. It was a good race. I like the Xfinity Series. I enjoyed the race. I thought it was a great race. A lot of people don't think that was a good race. I thought it was a great race. I love the Xfinity Series. Phoenix isn't a great track, but it was a great race. I thought from start to finish, lots of great battles, lots of good racing. And before I get into my rant, I don't want to single this person out because they definitely earned this championship on this night in this format, and that's Jesse Love. I like Jesse Love. I think he's a great driver. Tom picked him to win the championship last week on the podcast. I said he's a great pick to win the championship. He probably could win it, and he did. And he deserves all the credit for winning that one race in this style of format and winning this championship. It's a legit championship. My issue is it's fraudulent that the guy, like I said with Heim, the guy that had the single greatest Xfinity Series season of all time, the most top 10s in history, the most top 5s in history, the most wins in history, the most top 5 consecutive finishes in history, the amount of poles he had, the points lead he had going into the playoffs and throughout the playoffs. He won this championship 2 fucking months ago with how much of a points lead he had. He could have just coasted to the end of the season and won the championship. Is the third best car in the final race. Third best car. Third. Where he basically ran all year long. Doesn't win this one race. Doesn't win the championship. Doesn't win the championship. Doesn't win the championship. Nobody's going to remember this season as Jesse Love being a champion. They're going to remember Connor Zillage. I will. NASCAR. How could you absolutely fuck somebody out of a championship that hard? And be okay with it? And just be okay with it. You have got to be kidding me, man. That is one of the most depressing, gut-wrenching, destructive things that's ever happened in NASCAR history. To win, 11 freaking races? The car won, 12? They didn't win the owner's championship. They don't win the driver's championship. He gets the rookie of the year. That's it. Hey, Connor Zillage, greatest season of all fucking time. Here's your rookie of the year sticker. That's it. That's all he gets. Single greatest NASCAR season of all time. All time. Better than anybody else in the entire history of NASCAR has never had a season as good as Connor Zillage had this year. He gets a little rookie of the year sticker. Little tiny little snooker rookie of the year sticker. Hey, you attaboy. You did a great job, buddy. Attaboy. There's a little fucking sticker. You're kicking everybody's ass all year long. System's flawed. System's fraud. Fraud. Garbage. Bullshit. And anybody that watches that and supports that, if I'm Connor Zillage, I'm done. I'm retiring from NASCAR. Cup contract? Sign me out. I'm moving on. If I'm Connor Zillage, I'm trying to go find a sports car ride somewhere. I'm going to go run part-time IndyCar, full-time IndyCar. I don't give a shit. I'm doing anything but NASCAR. Because what did NASCAR just teach you this weekend? taught you that no matter how good you are, how great you do, how successful you are, how hard you work, it's never good enough. It's never good enough. Always going to be second best. And then they have to go and give a trophy to Jesse Love, who won one race on a super speedway this year. Go give him the title because they built a car that was good for Phoenix. For Phoenix. If this format sticks around in the future, you know what my goal would be every single year if I was racing in these series? I'm winning Daytona. I'm winning Daytona. And then I'm going to spend the entire season just collecting a paycheck. I'm just going to show up, run like dog shit, and be simming Phoenix every day for however many days the season is long. All day, every day, I'll be in that simulator. It'd be like my running routine. I run every night. So like, I go run my 5 miles. If I was in the NASCAR series, I would win Daytona, and then that time I would just spend in the sim on Phoenix. Get with my engineers, crew chief, everything. I'd tell my team, we're not worried about any other race this year. None of that shit matters. We won Daytona. We're in the playoffs. Let's just build a really good Phoenix car, like the best Phoenix car we could ever fucking possibly build. And then for the other playoff races, let's just build good enough cars to finish 5th, 10th. Just enough points to move on. Because there's no point of doing anything else. There's no point of winning stages. No point of winning more races. Just have to have the best car at Phoenix. Fucking Matt Crafton won a championship at Homestead. Didn't win a single race the whole year. Didn't need to. Not in this format. You don't got to do shit. You don't got to be good. You don't even got to be great. You don't even got to be mediocre. You just have to be a body on track and somehow navigate your way through and then have the best car at the final race. That's all that matters. That's all that matters. Can you imagine being a garbage team in any sport, pick a sport, and being rewarded with the chance to play for the NBA Finals, Stanley Cup, Super Bowl, and you're just mediocre all year? No other sport does that happen. Doesn't happen. How can you define greatness in your sport by not giving it to greatness? I'm broken about this. This is bullshit. This makes me not even want to watch NASCAR anymore. At all. Ever again. Ever again. That's why on Sunday in the Cup race, I didn't even watch the damn thing. I tuned in at the very end. Just to see the outcome. And honestly, I'm glad I did. Because of what we'll talk about here in a minute. But bullshit. Broken. Absolutely broken. That Zillage didn't win the championship. Should have won it. Every metric shows he should have won it. Finishes third. Third in the final race. Doesn't get shit for it. Not a goddamn thing. Will never be remembered as the next Xfinity Series champion. If I'm Zillage, I'm getting the hell out of NASCAR. He's wasting his freaking talent potential on freaking NASCAR, bro. On NASCAR. That's sad. That is sad. It used to be the premier series in America. Everybody wanted to race in NASCAR. Hell no, not anymore. Shit. You could go run local short tracks and run sprint cars and go run sports cars and IndyCar and have fun. And be rewarded for your success. And make probably just damn near close to the amount of money if you put in a solid career. Because I don't think NASCAR is going to be the cash cow in the future. The way it's looking, man. Even network television don't want to pick it up. I'm putting it on streaming services now that people aren't going to pay for in the future. You're gonna try and tell people next year that they've got to go and buy Amazon Prime, go buy a new streaming service, go buy this, go buy that, just to tune into this garbage product where it doesn't matter week to week. Week to week don't matter. Yeah, fuck. Danny Hamlin could go miss Mexico because his kid's being born. You could wreck somebody intentionally, get a waiver for it. I mean, it doesn't matter. You can miss 12 fucking races with a broken leg and come back and win the championship. Like, it doesn't matter. None of it matters. It's all gaslighting. It's all fake. It's fictional. You're buying into something. You're investing your time each week into something that isn't real. It's not real. It's fake. Absolutely bullshit. And the only thing I can say is I hope that they change it. But you know they're not going to change it to anything that anybody's going to be willing to accept. Because they've walked themselves too far down this narrow pathway and they can't turn around. It's too narrow. They can't turn around now. Bullshit. Absolute bullshit. All right, let's talk about the cup race. Let's just do it. Let's do it now. Get it out of the way. Didn't watch it. Could care less. Could give less than 10 shits. Didn't really care. Honestly, I didn't really watch it at all. I tuned in probably with what was it? Somewhere around the time where Larson had his tire go down. I think that's about the time I tuned in, about 50-something laps ago. Watch him go a couple laps down. And I said it last week on the podcast. I hate the guy. It's no secret around here. I freaking hate Denny Hamlin. I can't stand the guy. But I picked him to win the championship on the podcast on last Tuesday. I said it was going to happen. Damn near fucking happened, dude. Damn near happened. He's got the championship. It's over. 2 laps to go. And I'm sitting there like any old person that's watched NASCAR over the last 20 fucking years knows what's going to happen. It's in the script. It's going to happen. I said, it doesn't matter. The caution's coming out. The caution is going to come out. And I'm just watching the laps count down. 10 to go. 8 to go. 7 to go. I'm like, it's coming out. I mean, what's the point, you know? 3 to go. There's the caution. And I said it then. And I'll say it. Said it before. Tom said it before. I've said it. We've said it so many times. Said it with the truck race with Corey Hyman. Thank God he ended up winning the race for it. But I said instantly, I said, you take 4 tires here, you're a fucking idiot. You don't deserve to win the championship. And right on cue, old Chris Gill on the 11 box pulls the Rodney Childers move out of his hat and says, I'm taking 4. And the broadcast booth was saying they should take 4. Everybody was saying they should take 4. And I'm sitting here like, do these motherfuckers not watch tape? Do they not watch these races back? How many damn times over the last 5 years have we seen people take 4 tires at the end of these races and lose every time? Every time. Like, it's brain rot. It's brain rot, these retarded crew chiefs, man. I'm not even in the freaking, I don't have any authority over any of this shit. And I said, 2 tires. You take 2 tires here. You take 2 fucking tires. You take 4, you lose. Right on cue, here goes Chris Gale thinking he's the smartest goddamn guy in the room, taking 4 freaking tires like every other person that's lost every other race over the last 5 years, like an absolute moron, loses Denny Hamlin the championship, and Larson wins on 2 tires. Oh man, you can't make this up. Hire my ass for these end of the race scenarios. Hire me. Just buy my plane ticket out there. Sit me up on the damn booth next to you. Buy me a cheeseburger and a 6-rack of brews, and I'll call the fucking race for you, dude. If that was me sitting next to Chris, I would have won the damn championship. Hamlin would have won the big champion if he'd hired me. But you got Chris Gale thinking this guy has got to be the dumbest guy in NASCAR. I mean, he's right up there with Rodney Childers. I mean, the dumbest call I've ever seen. You've got the best car. Late race caution. Take 2 tires. Take 2 tires. You only have like 20 laps on them things. Take 2 fucking tires. Don't lose the track position. And I love it too. Because I am so glad Denny didn't win this championship. So freaking glad. So glad. Absolutely comical. 100% fitting. And then watching him pout and moan at the end just made my entire weekend. Just made my, after how I felt on Saturday with how crushed I was with Zilich, I felt so much better watching Denny Hamlin sit in his car and cry. I felt so much better. That was the best thing. I'm still smiling. That was awesome. Watching him just absolutely crumble. And then the coward doesn't even make a podcast this week. He's in hiding. What a loser. All the shit he talks, all the big personality that he has, and better than God type of attitude. He goes in hiding. He's in hiding. Yeah, get out of your closet, you little fucker, and come talk. Get on the internet. Loser. Congratulations on not being a freaking champion again. Loser. God, you suck, man. I think you should take your words to heart. I think he said something to the effect of his fun meter's pegged and he doesn't want to drive a race car no more. Take yourself up on that, buddy. Ain't nobody gonna miss your ass. Retire, bro. You suck. You got the 60 wins. Congratulations, dude. Just pack it up and go home and get off the internet. Hide. Nobody wants to see you anymore, Denny. You are a garbage race car driver. You are an absolute hack. You've been that for your entire career. All the scenarios of you putting people in the wall and saying some fucked up shit and then trying to be better than God and art thou better than everybody else. It's like, you deserve this. You deserve everything that happens to you. Everything. You can't be a shit person and a shit race car driver and expect the world, bro. You can't. You suck. Retire. Made my entire weekend. What else am I going to say? The format sucks. If you guys hate that Denny Hamlin lost the championship, that's on you guys, man. You guys have been gassing this shit up for years. If anybody should be mad, it should be about Zilich. It shouldn't be about Hamlin. You guys want this. You want the entertainment. You beg at the end of these races that they're boring because it wasn't a green, white, checker finish. There was no green, white, checker finish. The racing sucks. We didn't have 18 cars into the wall. This racing sucks. We have tires blowing out. There's strategy. Man, this racing sucks. There's no stage breaks at road courses anymore. This racing sucks. Well, you get what you fucking ask for, NASCAR retard fans, man. You got exactly what you wanted. Stay mad. Stay mad. Because my ass ain't watching that shit. Your ass will. And you can still keep bitching about the same shit you've been begging for. Stay mad. Oh my God. Too many road coasters because a guy from New Zealand is beating my favorite driver every week. Stay mad. It's the best racing there is. Don't fucking watch, dude. I'll watch those races. I'll watch them for you, bud. I'll rewatch them for you. Those are the best ones. Go watch your Atlantas and your Daytonas and your Talladegas and your Bristols and your Martinsvilles, the shit races. Go watch them. Do it. And bitch, do it. Do it. Oh, man. What a shitty fucking season, man. What a shitty season. What an absolute shitty season for NASCAR. It's probably the worst one of all time. Not gonna lie. I picked Christopher Bell to win the championship in the offseason. Basically would have won the traditional points championship. Doesn't matter. It just doesn't even matter. Kyle Larson's a two-time champion. Didn't win a race since his Indy 500 debacle. Will he ever win another one? God fucking knows if he will or not. But he's a champion twice now. So congratulations to him. Chase Briscoe. I mean, congratulations, I guess. Had a year of whatever mediocrity, I guess. Won a lot of poles. Won a couple races. So what? William Byron was pretty consistent all year long. Blows the tire at the end. I mean, just it is what it is, man. This is the system we live in. This is the world we live in. And my care meter is absolutely pinned to 0. I just don't care anymore. I like some people use the word numb. I'm past numb. I'm past that point. I'm to the point where I just don't give a shit. I just don't give a shit. NASCAR could shut down tomorrow, and I don't think I'd even give a shit. To be honest, I'm to that point. There's so much other better racing around the world right now to watch that I just don't even give a shit. Like NASCAR goes away. Cool. What's that gonna do to affect me? Zillage is gonna have a ride wherever the hell he wants to go. Somebody's gonna pick him up to run something. You know? He's the coolest driver in the world to watch. Alex Flow's fun to watch. Max Verstappen's fun to watch. David Malukas is fun to watch. There's good race car drivers that are fun to watch around the world. What's NASCAR got? Fraudulent playoff system? Manufactured races? Green white checkers? Stage racing? Manufactured cautions? Wrecks? Running each other over? There's nothing there. There's no substance. No substance. It's like low-fat yogurt. Vanilla low-fat yogurt. That's NASCAR. And then you got sports car racing, which is basically like the most bomb burger you can order. With bacon on it, cheese, pickles, boiling over, 3 patties on it, quarter pound each. Takes you 3 meals to eat it. And then you want another one for the road. Cover your meals for the rest of the week. Formula 1 is like a really good pasta with some good steak on top. Baked potato. Steamed vegetables. Some cheesecake on the side. You know what I mean? Like we got good racing, boys. It's all gonna be good. We're gonna watch NASCAR crash and burn here in December with this lawsuit. Denny's probably gonna win. He's gonna get a bigger head than he already has, if he's even gonna race next year, which sounds like he's going to because he's contractually obligated. But so was Edwards. Oh man, that will make the offseason great, guys. Let's put this into perspective. Let's say Go Get Racing press conference in like 2 weeks from now, and it's Denny Hamlin on stage pulling the Carl Edwards 2017 move. Oh man, can't get any better than that. I got nothing else for the race this weekend. That's NASCAR in a nutshell. That's NASCAR in a nutshell. This podcast is kind of depressing, but it's just, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? I could sit here every Tuesday on this microphone right here and bitch and moan into this camera, post it on the internet. Nobody's gonna watch. Nobody's gonna care. Nothing's gonna change. Story of my life. All right. Drivers of the week: Corey Heim securing the NASCAR title. Gotta give him a shout. Jesse Love with his career driving the Xfinity Series. Shout out to him too. Nothing was geared towards him in my Xfinity rant. He deserves the championship with the format we have. He had the best drive of his life. You can't fault the guy for that. It's not his fault. It's NASCAR's fault. And then Ryan Blaney. We forgot about Ryan Blaney. And the broadcast did too. That's bullshit, man. He needs a shout out for driver of the week. He put together a great race. He really wasn't even pushing 100% either that at all the whole race. There was so many times where he had the better car and he was just letting Byron or Hamlin or whoever was battling at the front kind of have the lead there. And I'm glad that at the end of the race, he was able to put it together and go for the win and not affect the championship in any way, which is freaking awesome, dude. And he beat Brad Keselowski to do it. I thought Keselowski had it, man. I thought he had it. And then he just got it stolen from him right at the end, dude. Photo finish, by the way. Amazing finish. Didn't even get freaking talked about. Boneheads of the week. I didn't talk about this next Xfinity race, but Christian Eckes. Ryan Sieg had a pretty good lifetime opportunity here with Haas factory team in the 41 car. Was running up front all day long. Had a great race car. It was like it was in like 7th at the end when Christian Eckes decides to absolutely TKO him into the corner and destroyed his race car. Bullshit, man. TKO Christian Eckes and Ryan Sieg. Chris Gale with the 4-tire pit stop. Absolute bonehead move of the week, man. Bonehead move of his lifetime, dude. That was just stupid. God, I knew that. Right when that caution came out, I said, take two, take two, take two. And then I'm listening to the freaking broadcast. If you take 4 tires here. Fucking Steve LaRetard. And then Jeff freaking Dementia Burton, man. What the hell were those guys all smoking, taking 4 tires? And then the final bonehead of the week, I feel like, goes to NASCAR for their god-awful playoff format. Those polls will be out for you guys after the podcast to vote on. I'm curious to see what you guys pick this week because we have some great nominees. All right, before we preview this weekend's races for Formula One and World Dirt Championships, let's go over some news. Marco Andretti retires. Sad day, man. No more Andretti's in motorsports at the moment. We got Jared Andretti making some TCR starts and stuff in the Michelin Pilot Challenge, but Andretti not in IndyCar? Wow, that's crazy. Never won an Indy 500. I think he has, 2 career victories? Crazy. Won an SRX championship. He's not even up to his 40s yet, and he's retiring. It's crazy. Didn't think that I'd see that retirement news for a few more years, but did want to mention that here on the podcast. Parker Retzloff, he's out at Alpha Prime next year. Carried that team all year long in that number 4 car. Me and Tom talked about it many, many times. Picked him as a dark horse many, many times. Had lots of great runs this year. He's a free agent. Some big team needs to pick this guy up. I think that this guy has the potential to really do some things next year. Win some races. Let's see where that lands. Lane Riggs re-signs with Front Row Motorsports in the Truck Series. Disappointing season. I felt like he was the one guy all year that I felt like if he got to Phoenix, he could challenge for that championship against Heim. Just didn't make it there. It just didn't have enough consistent runs all season long. Didn't win enough races. We'll see what he does next year. Looks like Front Row's digging their heels deep in the driver lineups they have because they've re-signed basically everybody that they've had over the last couple years to continue on with this pathway. So we'll see. He should be one of championship favorites going into next year. I'd say him, Majeski for sure. Probably throw in a Daniel Hamrick if he can win a race. We'll see. It should be an interesting Truck Series season. We'll preview all that here during the off season with you guys. Also, AJ Allmendinger. It's announced that he's going to be running in the Rolex 24 this year for Meyer Shank in the number 60 car. Man, I am so excited for this. That Meyer Shank team has had very good success at Daytona in the Rolex 24 over the past few years. Maybe this is the missing piece for them to find victory lane again. They had Colin Brown back in the car this year. They had Tom Blomqvist, which is a great driver lineup. And now they're going to pair him with AJ Allmendinger. Be a team to watch out for. Just saying. I'm excited. Rolex, we're not that far away. We're 2 months away from the Rolex, guys. We're getting back into racing season real quick. Also, for the Rolex, for Pratt Miller, Pietro Fittipaldi, who's been in the Indy NXT IndyCar scene. He's now been in IMSA this year with Pratt Miller in the 73 LMP2 ride. Well, his brother Enzo is now in the Indy NXT coming up next year, and will also be running as a Team 8 in the Rolex 24 to his brother Pietro for the Rolex 24 for Pratt Miller. So that should be exciting, man. I know that the Fittipaldis, especially Pietro, has had a really rough career. Hasn't had a ton of success. Hasn't won a ton of races. But man, it's just kind of cool to see the two brothers kind of teamed up for this Rolex 24. Also, we'll talk about this more with the race this weekend with the 8 hours of Bahrain for the World Dirt Championship finale. But Jenson Button, Formula One world champion, ran some NASCAR races in the past. He's ran full season World Dirt Championship the last 2 years. He is announcing his retirement post the 8 hours of Bahrain. This will be his final race of his illustrious career this weekend. Man, that's all these guys keep retiring, man. The wrong people are retiring. That's all I'm saying. Gonna be pretty emotional to watch him in his final ride with Joda this weekend. Uh, in his send off, his racing career send off. What a great career for Jenson Button. Great career. Made a name for himself in Formula One. Won lots of races. Won a championship. Uh, had some good starts in NASCAR. Had some mediocre equipment. Had some good runs. Ran in the that Project 90 or Project oh, Project 50 Garage 56. Was that what it was? Yeah, Garage 56 for NASCAR. I was trying to think of the name of it. And then also had really good stint in sports car racing. So sad day in the world of motorsports this weekend with the announcement of the retirement of Jenson Button. All right, let's preview the race this weekend. Like I said, we got the World Endurance Championship finale this weekend at Bahrain, the 8-hour race, which has been an absolute thriller the last few years. Should be another thriller this weekend, as well as the Formula One race at Sao Paulo. I'll preview Formula One first, then we'll get into World Endurance Championship last. Just because I want to preview the points, who to watch this weekend with the World Endurance Championship. Excuse me, and my picks, dark horses, and my championship picks. Alrighty. When it comes to Formula One this weekend for the sprint race and for the Grand Prix, let's do our rain dance. Raining in Sao Paulo. Yeah, it's gonna rain in Sao Paulo this weekend. I put all my faith in Mother Nature this weekend, and if it rains, the man to beat this weekend is the best driver in the world. And that is Max Verstappen. It's gonna rain this weekend, ladies and gentlemen. And even if it doesn't, I still think Max wins this race. Max is just unbelievable. This comeback tour that he's got going on is great. The FIA is gonna do everything in their power to prevent him from winning this world championship because they want that Lando Norris clickbait and media buzz here in the end of the season. I don't know about McLaren. McLaren has fallen off their high horse. We've seen them make lots of mistakes. We've seen Lando get desperate and wreck into Piastri. Piastri hasn't had the pace. They've told Piastri many times to give up position to Lando, not reciprocating it. I feel like tensions have boiled over at McLaren. The speed isn't there. Stuff is going to start going wrong. They're going to start having some issues. Max Verstappen is locked in. He's cut 2/3 of this point gap down over the last 2 months. Still enough races left. Sprint races, Grand Prix left. Or Max Verstappen has a mathematical chance to get back into this world championship fight. Starts this weekend. He has to win this weekend. He has to win both the sprint and the Grand Prix. He has to maximize and get all 32 points available to him this weekend. Or 33 points. 33 points. And he needs to hope that those McLarens run third or worse. He's really got to bank on that. We need to see Max Verstappen absolutely dominate this weekend. If it rains, that is the opportunity where he can gain like 25, 30 points. I mean, there's a real possibility. Those Norris and Piastri completely crumble in the rain. I don't think the McLarens are going to be good in the rain. If it rains this weekend, this world title fight is going to be absolutely freaking insanity. And I'm predicting it. My dark horse for this weekend, I'm going to go with Esteban Ocon. He's really good in the rain. Damn near won this race last year in the rain. Was trying to hold off Max Verstappen, was not able to. Got that 2-3 finish for Alpine last year, which was absolutely insane. The Haas cars are fast. Behrman's had some really good runs. I say it all the time. Behrman looks like the best driver in the world some days. Next week, he looks like an absolute the worst driver in the world. He's so up and down. Ocon, I feel like whenever Behrman does good, then Ocon does good the next race. I feel like that's going to happen this weekend. I think Ocon's going to be a good pick. And he's really good in the rain. A lot of his best performances in F1 have all come in the rain. If you remember the podium he got at Monaco a couple years ago, last year's race at Sao Paulo, a lot of good races that he's had in the rain. I think that the Haas cars are decent enough. He's a good enough rain driver. I think that he's going to have a good, solid weekend. All right, now let's talk about the World Endurance Championship, the 8 hours of Bahrain. Let's go over some of the standings and kind of talk about the championship picture. The point standings in World Endurance Championship, if you guys are not 100% caught up on it, it works just like F1. 25 points for the win. Second gets 18, 15 for third, 12 for fourth, 10 for fifth, 8 for sixth, whatever. It goes all the way down like F1 standings, all the way down to 10th where they get one. So as we stand in the Drivers' Championship for Hypercar, the number 51 team is Pierre Guidi, Giovinazzi, and Collado. They're 115, and then the number 83A, of course, the team, kind of the sister team, the works team, with Hansen, Kubica, and Ye are 102. So that's a 13-point gap. So theoretically, the 83 has to win and fourth place for the 51. That's going to be tough. That's going to be really tough. And then mathematically still available is the number 6 with Estre and Vantor. They're currently 21 points back. So they theoretically could win this championship. They'd have to win and then have both the Ferraris ahead of them not finishing the points, basically. That's possible. Could happen. We've seen some crazy stuff, especially in 8-hour races. Does that happen this weekend? I don't know. Let's go to, well, let's just pick them. I'm going with the number 83 AF Corsa. I think they win the championship. They're, what, 11 points back? Or no, they're not that far back. They are 12 points back. So they have to win, and the Ferrari sister team has to finish fourth. I think it happens. I think number 83 AF Corsa wins the race and wins the title. I think Porsche's going to have a great run. I think Cadillac and Jonah are going to have a good run too. And who knows? Alpine and Peugeot had great runs at the last endurance race at Fuji. So there's an opportunity where the 83, of course, could win. Maybe get a few of those cars in between them. They could walk off as champions. And that's what I think happens this weekend. My dark horse, I'm going to go with the number 36 Alpine. Finished second at Fuji. An amazing freaking race. Peugeot finished third at Fuji. I could see him backing it up here at Bahrain. It's going to be a different race. It's going to be in the nighttime. The hot temperatures. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be very interesting. But if you guys remember, those Cadillacs and the Alpines both ran good at the very first race at Qatar. That was back in March. So it's like opposite ends of the calendar. The weather is going to be an interesting factor. The tracks are very similar. I think that we're going to see some big stuff out of Peugeot. I think we're going to see big things out of Cadillac. I think we're going to see big things out of Alpine. And I also think Porsche is going to give them a run for their money and try to compete for this title as well. A lot can happen in an 8-hour race. It's going to be a big, pure survival race. Ferrari at the number 51, they know what they have to do. They have to finish third or better. That's what it takes to win this world championship. They're going to do everything they can to finish third or better. And they're going to probably play some alternate strategies, maybe a little bit of energy save early. They're going to obviously try to qualify up to the front of the field and pole, because if they can qualify up the front, then they can manage their race from there, moving forward with some of the track temperatures and track changes and some of the energy saves and some of the strategy calls, avoiding some of those safety cars, maybe getting pinned in traffic and having to battle through traffic. It's going to be an interesting fight in hypercar. I think this is going to be one of the most legendary championship fights of the season. It's going to be very entertaining. I cannot wait to watch this race. It's going to be badass. When it comes to LMGT3, I'll give my winners and then we'll go over the point standings next. I'm going to take the number 33 TF Sport Cadillac, Corvette, excuse me. Again, they won their opening race at Qatar. I think it's going to play out a lot like that race at Qatar. It's a little shorter of a distance in Qatar by 2 hours. It was a 10-hour race at Qatar. This one's an 8-hour race. They're really fast there. I think that they're going to be fast again. My dark horse, like always, it's Mr. Showtime, Mr. Main Event. I'm going with Valentino Rossi in the number 46 BMW this weekend. God, they are so close to winning a race. Why not this weekend? Why not end? If you guys remember, Iron Dames won the 8 hours Bahrain 2 years ago. Could we see a Valentino Rossi walk-off win like we saw back then? It'd be interesting. Let's go over standings real quick in LMGT3 so we can kind of secure who's going to win the championship. Right now, it's the number 92 Porsche with Para, Lights, and Hardwick. They've got a 21-point lead, so it's similar to the gap from Ferrari to Porsche. They've got that gap over Ferrari in the GT3. So mathematically, the number 21, and of course, the team is still eligible with Rivera, Heru, and Mann. We'll see if they can do it this weekend and close that 21-point gap. Like I said, the 21-point gap would take a win and then finishing like 9th or worse, basically. No. Yeah. 9th it'd have to be 9th or worse for the 92 with a win for the 21. So it's going to be very tough. I'm going to take the number 92 Porsche to win this championship. I don't think they win the race, but I think they finish better than 9th and they secure this championship. That's it, man. That's all I got for you guys this weekend. Leave in the comments below, or if you guys watch this after the fact, I try to get into the heavy stuff early. Tell me if I'm wrong. Tell me if I'm right. Tell me if you agree, disagree with any of the points I made according to NASCAR and the NASCAR Championship weekend. I'm devastated. Connor Zillett should have been the champion. I don't really care about the cup. It is what it is. That's the format we live in. Thank God Heim won. Um, but I'm just disappointed. And I don't want to watch NASCAR anymore. I'm over it. I've lost all interest. I I didn't even want to watch the race this weekend. I tuned in late at the very end. Curiosity got the best of me. I had to kind of see the outcome. And if it didn't play out the way it did, let's say Hamlin ends up securing that championship, wins it, it would have been a waste of my time. But the way it played out, and watching Hamlin lose again in another fantastic way, watching him cry at the end, and then handing the trophy to Larson, who looked an absolute shock that he actually won, made everything worth it to me. Made everything worth it to me. But that's all I got for you guys on this fantastic Tuesday. Big things coming up. Well, next Tuesday we'll recap the championship finale for the World Endurance Championship. We'll talk about the champions, the race itself. Break it down for you guys here. It should be a good race. Make sure you guys tune in. It's on Saturday night. It should be a damn good race. Should be a damn good championship battle all the way to the end. And then also F1. We'll be back to talk about the F1 race this weekend at Brazil at Sao Paulo. Break down the championship standings in Formula One and maybe preview how the championship will play out for the rest of the season. Can Max Verstappen do what it needs to do to close this gap? Does Piastri have a rebound race and knock Norris back down to second in points? Does Norris build the points gap? It's going to be a lot to talk about. What kind of race do we get? Do we get a lot of drama? Do we get rain? It's going to be a lot to talk about next Tuesday. In the future, we'll also be doing our NASCAR driver grades for 2025. We'll do that when Tom gets back to the podcast here in the next couple of weeks. And then when the F1 season ends, we'll get into an F1 season driver grades episode as well. And then we'll also start previewing some of the racing of upcoming in 2026. We've got a lot of driver changes in IndyCar. We'll do a full IndyCar season preview. We'll do a NASCAR season preview down the line during the off season. We'll also do IMSA World Endurance Championship previews, Formula One preview during the off season. And then we'll get back around into racing again with Chili Bowl coming up in January. And then Rolex in January, and then Daytona in February. Lots of racing coming up in short months, man, short off seasons. But we still have a few more races left to cap off the season, all F1 based for the rest of this racing season as we wind down the championship season as it ends in December this year. So it's like the off season's short as hell, guys. We go F1 all the way to December, and then we pick up second weekend of January back with Chili Bowl. It's like, boom, never ends, man. I love it. That's why I love this channel. That's why I love racing. The short off season never ends around here. There is a time in the season there is no racing, but we're still here on this YouTube channel every Tuesday. Your guaranteed place to find all your motorsports wants and needs all the time. Every Tuesday, tune right here into this podcast, year-round show. We never stop. Every Tuesday on the dot, 8 p.m. Eastern time, right here on the Dega Boys YouTube Broadcasting Network. If you guys want to follow us to stay up to date with everything going on this channel, all of our social medias are on the screen below, as well as in the links in the description. Go give us a follow over there. Stay up to date and support your boys over here on the YouTube channel. Also, a link below to our Discord channel. Man, you guys have been posting heavy in this Discord channel over this weekend with this NASCAR stuff. I love it. I love when you guys post. It's awesome stuff. Great content to read. If you guys want to also join our Discord and join the best racing community on the internet, that link is in the description below. All the news, drama, memes, rumors, whatever talking points you guys want to bring up, all right here on our Discord. We love it. We love you guys. Thanks for joining and participating in our Discord is one of the best moments of my day and my week, reading through all the things you guys have to say in there. Also below is a link to our merch store where you can buy some awesome Dega Boys swag. Get repped up with some Dega Boys stuff for the off season. Get yourself a hoodie. It's getting cold outside. Get yourself a beanie. Get yourself a t-shirt, some sweatpants, whatever it may be. Put a bumper sticker on your car. Support the boys. All those proceeds continue to help us make this content for you guys here every week on this YouTube channel. Thanks so much for tuning in. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, disenjoyed, whatever it was that happened this weekend in the world of NASCAR with the Phoenix Championship weekend. And make sure you guys tune in this weekend for these awesome races with Formula One at the World Drivers' Championship winding down. The championship finale for the World Endurance Championship should be an absolute banger of an 8-hour race. Cannot wait to be glued to my TV and watch that race overnight through Saturday. Man, it's hard to believe, but the race season's winding down. It's all coming to an end, but it never stops here on the Dega Boys YouTube channel. Thanks so much for tuning in. Make sure you guys hit the like button. Make sure you share this with your friends, other racing friends, especially the beginning of this episode. There's a lot of fun stuff to talk about NASCAR. Why share it with your friends Like share your opinions in the comments below. Turn on the bell notifications so you stay updated, and make sure to hit the subscribe button as well. Thanks again so much for tuning in. Hopefully, you guys have a great rest of your week. And like always, we'll catch y'all in the next one.